Didn't mean to cut to that screen. It was a mistake. Hello. I actually didn't mean to even start yet, but the mistake has cost me that. So hello. Hi. What I was gonna do. There we go. That's better. Yeah, that works. Hello. Right, let me go back to everything. Get rid of that. There we go. Good morning. Good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock. It's 1:15. Welcome in. Hello, Nicole. Welcome in, Josh. Welcome in, Morrow. How's it going? Gobble gobble. There you go. There's your first sound alert. Post sound alerts. It's very bright today. I'm very wary of how blasted my room is. The top of my head is just... You have been officially gobbled. Top of my head is just nuclear at this point. I'm like a torch. I'm like the Human Torch. And very, very sort of pale. That's okay. That's alright. Wonder if I give it a... Well, there we go. That's now I look slightly more human, which is good. How is everyone on this fine Saturday? A streaming angel, if only. It's like a halo, isn't it? I was watching Monologued stream some Dark Souls this morning, and it really got me in the mood to carry on with some Bloodborne. So we're gonna carry on with some of that. I'm gonna move slightly this way because I'm wary that my camera keeps unfocusing me. So yeah, I'm gonna carry on with some Bloodborne. I was thinking about how I don't want to spend too much time on Bloodborne. I want to move on to other things. So I was thinking, like, how can I efficiently get through this game? And I think I should be able to get through quite a big chunk of it today. We've got quite a lot of stuff to get through, which sounds like a horrible way to talk about a game. You know, like getting through it. But that is generally how I seem to look at games these days. So who knows? Back with the Bloodborne. Back with Adamification's run through Bloodborne, I should say. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get back into it. I'm getting straight into the game today because I'm excited. Is this still the City of Blood? It is, Tom Hoop. It is. How's it going? Tom Hoop, you're an owl now. I've just realised you've got the official owl badge, haven't you? Congratulations. So as you can see, we're in Hemwick Charnel Lane. A lovely place, a lovely vibe. We'll crack on. I've always quite liked this area, in a sort of horrible way. I think it's definitely one of the best sort of designed areas. That's not a good sign. I had my I'm using my sort of second controller at the minute. I had my main controller plugged in on charge all day yesterday, and it hasn't charged a bit, so I found another cable. Hopefully that does the job. Let's get some more blood vials. Hello, Jeleth. Huge fan here, just checking in. Well, we'll check away, Jeleth. How's it going? Been an owl for 2 months since I gave you my prime while you were away at Rye SE. Been an owl in disguise, or an owl in hiding.
Then it's almost time. Oh, I can't wait. I just can't wait.
Adam's scared. Doesn't want to hear this. Giving him a fright. One of the entrants for Adam's VVV should have been a damification in Bloodborne form. I think that would have been a great addition to the roster. Let's go with the whip. Oh. It keeps happening at the minute. I keep just... Oh no. Oh dear. That's... Bloody hell. Steen, welcome in. Been spoiled. I know, it's like I've really hit it back with a bang. I think it's probably... I've probably got Bloodborne to thank for it. Because I could just play this game all day, you know. Well. Well. This isn't so good. Maybe I shouldn't be playing it all day. Thank you, Bloodborne. How's it going there, Steen? How goes your Saturday? It is Saturday. Oh bloody hell. There we go. We should be okay. We should be okay. I think the good thing about exploring a new area in this game is you usually pick up a lot of blood vials while you're kicking about. And there's someone just on the left here. If I remember rightly, there's quite a few crows around this bit, but one of them doesn't attack you. There's one of them that's just randomly non-hostile. But I can't remember which one. Hopefully it wasn't one of them, because I'll feel quite sad. It's a little shortcut there. Oh, we did it. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh dear. Going grand. Not up to much. Picked Elden Ring back up after abandoning it for a couple of months. Oh, good stuff. I was thinking maybe I'd play a bit more of it today, but I think if I do play any more Elden Ring, it'll probably be tomorrow. I'm not feeling a great deal of desire to go back to it at the minute. For better or worse. I think that's probably just down to the bit I'm at. Fortunately, we've got the shortcut. No, it's the same for me. It doesn't grab me at all. But you know, I do hope that changes. But you know, 30 hours into it, you'd really hope that by now I'd be more grabbed. I mean, if you played 30 hours of something, surely does that not mean you've been grabbed by it? I don't feel like I've been grabbed. Maybe against my own will. So this area, I think if you come here later in the game, is quite a bit harder because there's quite a few more enemies in it. Also, if you do it with a certain insight stat, you get the same enemies popping up. Don't forget this hot tip. Shields are nice, but not if they engender passivity. That's very true. Well remembered, Jel. Why do you remember that? I've played 86 apparently. A lot of it was AFK. Bloody hell, yeah. 86 hours. That's probably my issue, is I'm probably expecting to progress further with 30 hours. I don't know. Played about 1,300 hours of DBD, and I've not engrossed it. I've not been engrossed in it for the last 1,000 hours. Oh, it was on a loading screen, right? Okay. Yeah, that's me with DBD. I played a bit of Killer yesterday and it sort of went quite well, but I don't think I really had a good time. I even had a nurse game. Yeah, I like the little old men with their guns. Yeah, I even had a pretty good nurse game. And I was thinking that was pretty good, but I don't think I really enjoyed myself. So I don't think it counts. Should only really count time spent in matches, maybe. I think I used to get very worried about how, and I think I still do a little bit, get nervous sometimes thinking about how it looks when I've got loads of hours in a game that I don't particularly like anymore. Like, I've got quite a lot of hours in CSGO, but I'm not very good at it, which is a bit embarrassing. But I don't really mind so much these days. I've sort of embraced the fact that I'm not very good at games. I just play them a lot. But like, sort of, when you compare how much of them I've played to how good I am at them, it just doesn't add up. I did really good and killed them all, but at what cost exactly? It's a lovely bridge down there. So there's the castle. I keep pointing that out. I keep pointing out Castle Cairnhurst every time I see it. I just think it's cool. I just think they're neat. I was having, I've been playing some Fallout 3 this morning while watching Monologued. I was having an issue where essentially the game was crashing. It got to a point where the game was crashing basically every sort of 2 minutes. It was unplayable. But then I decided to do the smart thing and look it up and found out that if you run the game in like compatibility mode for Windows 7, it basically fixes the issue, so that was good. That era of Bethesda games, exactly. I mean, are we even really out of that era? When I was playing Fallout 4, it kept crashing. Like, every time, consistently, after about 7 minutes, I think. And I discovered it was because there's a setting called weapon debris, which basically means that when, I think it's like, after you've, after someone's dropped a weapon, basically, the debris from that weapon becomes like a physical object that, oh no, that like gets bounced about and stuff by explosions and whatnot. And essentially having that on without a certain graphics card or something like that just completely breaks the game, so I had to turn that off. It's bizarre. But yeah, refusing to run on modern hardware. It's weird, like, if you play the original version of Rome Total War, like the original release version from the early 2000s, it doesn't work properly on modern hardware. I can't remember what the specific reason is, but it's quite interesting. It basically is like, it's not designed to run on CPUs that have more than one core. It's only designed for single core processors, I think. And the game doesn't know how to use more than one core. And it'll essentially just run really, really slowly on any modern PC, which is really bizarre. So I was very happy when they brought out the remastered version. Even though the remastered version is not really a remaster, it doesn't really look any different whatsoever. It meant I could play the game again, which was good. Adam, welcome in. Shout out the stream sponsor. Today's stream sponsor is isopropyl rubbing alcohol. 99.9% pure, first aid antiseptic, and multi-purpose. We'll leave that up to you. Exactly, this is the good stuff. Just ordered mine, good stuff. Would you like to know why I ordered that? Let me grab this I think it's Lake. This rune. It is indeed Lake. Because it's right next to a big lake, you get it? I got it for this reason. St. Luke, welcome in. How's it going? Not 100% not interested, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find a good example. I don't know if I've got right here's a good example. This could be a terrible mistake. Oh no, that's going to be a terrible mistake. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so I buy a lot of films from CEX and games and stuff. The problem with CEX, there's another one actually. There's another one over there. Right, this is a good one. Problem with CEX, right? Nope, that wasn't the right scene either. Problem with CEX is essentially they put these circular stickers. They put two stickers on. First they put one at the bottom here that tells you the price, and then they put a circular sticker here that tells you like, oh, we trade in, you know, do this. Absolutely impossible to get off. Absolutely ridiculous. I have no idea why they do it. So like this, so I've got this on top of my copy of Pierre Le Fou. Let me focus. This is from where I tried to remove the sticker. And I read that rubbing alcohol is apparently the best thing for it. Should we try it now? I've got a cloth. I'm gonna do a live demonstration of rubbing alcohol. It's like it don't even have like a thing. It's just that just looks bright. That don't even look like you can see anything. So if I just sort of go like that, what if that just fell over now? I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear that? Is that coming through on the microphone? Live sticker residue removal on twitch.com. It's not coming off. You have to leave it on for a bit, I wonder. Maybe you have to leave it on it for a bit, you know? Let it soak up, yeah. Well, what if I... Right, so if I go like that, and then if I just sort of rub it, gently. We'll come back to it later. It'll be like Art Attack. Stream sponsor looking dodgy. Yeah, this isn't actually... My payout's going to be slightly decreased, perhaps. Because I was going to demonstrate using my copy of Ingmar Bergman's The Second Seal, but that sticker actually... It's weird because the material the sticker is on, sort of... You can see there's still a bit of that left. But most of it came off. Like that I could almost accept. I'd like to get rid of it. Because it looks a bit dirty. And this is what I prepared earlier, exactly. So I will also try that at some point. But I'm going to see how it gets on with this. So we'll come back to that. Get it clean. We'll wait to see how Piero gets on. And if it gets on well... Oh, God, this room stinks now. It stinks of alcohol. Like a brewery in here, and not a nice one. The stream sponsor will come through. It's all about the methodology. My methodology was false. So, you know, blame me. Don't blame the alcohol. You have to be patient, exactly. Millennials. That's the issue here. Oh, there's this fella in here. Oh. Oh. These ones make me nervous to try and parry. Try and get a backstab on him. Where did you come from? Oh, they all dropped down. Ah. That's a stinger. That's a stinger, that one. Just expect everything to be handed you on a golden platter. It's typical, and it's typical. I can't remember what's in that chest. My issue with these games now is not that, like... Let's just run through. I think we're good to run through most of this. It's not necessarily being like... Oh, I died. It's more just like... This is a bit of the game I really would have rather not died in, you know. I don't want to be at this part of the game right now. I don't know how many people I'm going to end up... How many hangers-on I'm going to have still chasing me after this. There's my Buddha, cuz... Do you know what? I might just head right up to the top and do the boss, and then I'll come back for stuff afterwards. They did do me filthy. What the shit? How did that even... Right. I think I must have got hit with the Molotov. Right. I don't like this boss. It's not a nice boss, I don't think. Ah. Oh, I'm getting stuck a lot in places. It makes me quite nervous. They've gone. These witches can actually, they can actually come and, like, backstab you. Or not backstab you, but they can... They can... Ah, wow. They can, like, grab you from behind and... It's a bit horrible. There's also, like, one of the... There's, like, more than one, I think. There we go, this is the right one. And I think she can heal as well. I can't see. Yeah, so she dies, but then she comes back, I think. I can't really remember how it works. There we go. Is that it? Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, the hard part about this boss is these lovely folks. Please let me move. Oh my God, there's another. I don't like this boss. Yeah, the CAX stickers are very rough. Going for a relaxing light now, I'm thinking about sticker residue on poor old Ingmar Bergman. Can't believe it. There's no such thing as a relaxing look when Ingmar Bergman's involved. Right, now that some time has passed. Let's try this again. Oh, it is. It's sort of coming off. I honestly was kind of expecting it to be like instant. Maybe I've applied it wrong, I don't know. But I'm having to really just scrape at this. I feel like I shouldn't be doing. Maybe if I just pour like a bit of alcohol onto it, you know? Is that not dangerous to do that? How's it going, Mystery Chips? Besides your sadness at the state of affairs. Right, that'll do. Right, I've poured it on. I've poured it. I've dripped a big piece of isopropyl alcohol on poor Jean-Paul Belmondo's face. Hopefully he's okay. Right, I really don't like this boss, and I'm really annoyed at how few blood vials I've managed to pick up on the way. Let's try and not take damage. It's a great start. Oh my goodness. He's getting rid of all the European New Wave Cinema DVDs. I don't know. Like, we were laughing about this the other day because Lelimo picked up a copy of The Colour of Pomegranates in a Chester CX. And we were laughing at the thought of someone in Chester getting rid of The Colour of Pomegranates in fury. Please get out the way. Please get out the way. I wonder if any of you will be kind enough to... Oh my god, I hate this bit so much. I think I'm going to have to go back down and try and fetch some blood vials. Like from this lad, because... hopefully... I landed it and I... There we go. We got two in a row, it's fine. You should drop blood vials, right? No. That's upsetting. That's very upsetting. That actually, do you know what? Pouring the alcohol actually onto it looks like it might have done a good job of that. So, as a good luck charm, before we head back into this boss fight, let's see what we can do here. It's still not doing it, you know. Oh, wait. I think maybe it's the cloth. Maybe I'm using the wrong kind of cloth for this. You probably want one of those, like, makeup wipes, don't you? Right, well, we've made some level of progress, but it's just not enough. I was really expecting more. I will be in contact with the stream sponsor to see if maybe I've got a faulty product. Maybe it's like 99.8% pure. In which case, you know, there'll be words had. Right, 2 blood vials. Hopefully that's enough. Why are you already here? These things I didn't think actually spawned. I didn't think they spawned until you were, you know, quite far into the boss. It's the 0.1% that's for sticker residue, right? Can't believe it. They've gone immediately. Yeah, so there's actually 2 Witches of Hemwick, but you don't actually see the second health bar. until quite far into the fight. I think the whole thing is just a bit silly. I don't really like it. And I especially don't like any boss that can... any enemy, really, that can freeze you in place. Oh, look, up there. Oh, they've gone. Right. But I hit him! Not cheesing the boss with 0 insight. Oh, for crying out loud. There's another issue with the threaded cane. One of the few issues with the threaded cane is that, unfortunately, if there's any kind of wall around you, you're unfortunately going to be colliding with it constantly. Right, so I think I now need to kill the other witch as quickly as possible. Otherwise she like revives the other one. I genuinely did. Oh my god. Oh, for I think at a certain point I just start ignoring the fellas with the sickles, because it just feels like a waste of time. Are you serious? What? No! No! That's absurd! Oh my god. Please. But no. Stop doing that. Don't be doing that. Yeah. This boss is so shit. I'm putting this down to F. Putting it down to a hard F. You fuck off. Right. Dead. Just instantly teleports away. And again! Stop teleporting away! Please! Please. Just running about. I missed. The other one spawned in. The other one has revived. Don't you dare. Right, we're good. We're good. We did it. I just need to not be killed by the fellas. There we go. Good stuff. I played Bloodborne before, other than the frame rate, this game stands up so well. Yeah, I think this will be like my 6th or 7th playthrough of it, probably. But yeah, other than the frame rate, it is a lovely game. There are some aspects, like how low resolution the faces are and stuff like that, where I do think, like, I just don't understand the thought process of them not, you know, remastering it or whatever. But who knows? Who knows, eh? It would simply be too good. It'd be too good if they remastered it. It'd be an overpowered game. I can't believe that the sticker still hasn't come off. It's really upset me. What a waste of money. Maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll figure it out eventually. Do you want a lens wipe? No, that's okay. The alcohol should have been enough. Right, so we can now... Well, I'm going to have to do what I really didn't want to do and farm blood vessels or blood vials, which again, they're probably just the one aspect of this game that I really don't like. And then we can go fight Vicar Amelia, who's a cool boss. So that's good.
Welcome. What? Very well.
It's like something that just artificially increases the time taken to beat the game. It's having to farm blood vials. I was hoping we could upgrade the weapon a couple more times, but we'll have to make do. Then hopefully we can... I'm hoping I can maybe get to Rom by the end of this stream, the big spider, but that's maybe wishful thinking, I don't know. I think we probably can. Usually, hopefully these guys drop blood vials and not shining coins. Good stuff, good stuff. And then I can't remember who else I used to farm the blood vials off. Maybe the werewolves. But they're hard to kill, they're scary. Right. I think this fella as well sometimes drops one. Nice. I think I'd like at least 20 to go into the fight with. But I don't know, maybe I'll settle for less. Or maybe I'll just buy whatever else we need from the bath merchant. Oops. 20 is plenty, exactly. Right. That might be enough, you know. Head back now. I can buy a few from the messengers, and we'll be okay. We should be all right. It's been ages since I've done Amelia though, so I just don't know. Maybe I'll be rubbish at her. Maybe. Not you. Good stuff, right. Should be more than enough. Each reward. I mean, I could get caught by the bagman and taken to the jail, which would be... Which I think you can get some like upgrade materials maybe doing that. I can't remember. We'll see how we get on with Amelia and then we'll try that. I think I need to upgrade my endurance a bit more as well. I'm running out of stamina quite a lot. I can't believe that hit me. I had to eat a cheese and onion sandwich for the first time. And she like, good luck. I'm sure it'd be nice. People do seem to like that. Hopefully this don't put you off your food. You will be remembered. Here we go. This bit's cool.
Their wills are weak, minds young. Were it not for fear,
Tastes like shit. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear it, Joe. You tried. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, remember. Pendant's so big in her hands now. Like, did the pendant increase in size? Big grin on her face. Howdy. Oops. There's a few different limbs you can hit that stun her. I know both of her arms I think you can hit, and I think her legs as well, if you focus those limbs. Oh yeah, injured her hand there I think. Like this fight, imagine how good this fight would look in 60 FPS, it'd be incredible. With all the hair swishing everywhere. Little heal. Oops. Oops. Oh. Yes, man. We did it. We got the little pendant. May the good blood guide your way. Joey, welcome in. What about Elden Ring 2 there? I don't know. We'll play the hell out of Bloodborne Remaster. Honestly, like, it just... It's baffling. It's completely baffling to me that they've never made an attempt to remaster it, or never announced it.
No, but you will never listen. I tell you, I will not forget our adage.
There must be a remake in the works. I don't want to remake that. I just want a remaster.
Made men by the blood, undone by the blood.
Like people talk about getting Bluepoint to do it, like they did Demon's Souls. Like, get Bluepoint away, you know. Don't let Bluepoint get their hands on this. This doesn't need a remake. It's not that old. Just make it 60 FPS. That's all you want.
By the gods, fear it, Lawrence.
There you go. That was the formation of the Healing Church, I think. Literally just that. Just that. Just get the frame rate up, get the resolution up. The game looks great. Like you say, like, it doesn't need remaking. Keep Blue Point's grubby little hands away from this. I don't want new animations. You know, I don't want lighting changes. I just want a version of this game that runs well. Please. I'll animate you in a sec. I bet you would as well, Gangrene. I really like the non-canon concept that the 3 different Elden Ring endings correspond to the other From Soft games. That sounds cool. I do remember when someone was trying to convince me to play it, they were talking about how they felt like the game was bridging the gap between Dark Souls and Bloodborne, which sounds cool. Could we make the whole Crucible dungeons though? I won't be upset. They could just get rid of Chalice dungeons entirely. That's all they need to do. Just remove the concept. Here we go. Right. So these are like additional buffs you can get. Get that. And you can have 4 on at any one time. But this 4th slot is basically whatever covenant you're in. Might as well just get those on. Cool. Cool. Where's she gone? She up at the grave. Come back.
Welcome home, good hunter.
Neat thing about this is that gravestone is how you access the DLC.
Very well. Let the echoes become your strength.
Why am I bowing to her? Thinking about whether I should start leveling Blood Tinge soon. No, I'm going to get skill and vitality to where I want them to be. And then I'll just start putting everything else into Blood Tinge. It is, yeah. It reminds me of like Animal Crossing. Like whenever I'm in Animal Crossing, I'll just be... Oh. Right, well, now she's just entertained by me. I thought sometimes she, like, clapped. Oh. Yeah, that's me to Blathers in the museum in Animal Crossing, just constantly trying to get him to react to stuff. Right, so now we can do the DLC. So if we wanted DLC weapons, we could now technically get them. Seen the film The Company of Wolves, that reminds me a bit of Bloodborne aesthetic. I don't know if I'm thinking of someone else. I know there's like a French film, I think, where that like directly inspired like all the outfits and everything, and it's like a French like martial arts film or something, and they all wear like the long coats and the sort of pointy hats. Let me see if I can find what it's called, because it might be that. Let me have a look. Let's have a quick look. The Company of Wolves is a British Neil Jordan film, right? Let's have a look at that. Neil Jordan. Oh, this looks neat. From 1984. Do you know what? I might have a look into this then. This might go on the letterboxd, on the watch list. I don't think the French film I'm thinking of is meant to be particularly great. Brotherhood of the Wolf, that's it, yes. Yeah, I don't think this is supposed to be... Is it French? Yeah. I don't think it, but look, like the outfits and everything are obviously the direct inspiration for how they dress in Bloodborne, and it is cool. But yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be very good. That's not a video. Go on, give me the ad then. 20 seconds of this, man. Been living without ad, with ad block for too long. Always good to be aware of the context under which something was created. Definitely, yeah. Apparently it's alright, okay. It has been one that I've always sort of wanted to see out of curiosity. In 240p.
Behind a veil of riches and reason lies
The voice.
hidden from view, killing all that get in its way. But now, two men sent to uncover the truth.
Yes, man.
To encounter
This looks like Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman.
a deadly secret, a dark power, even greater than they ever imagined.
Wonder if I can get away with an hour of the Wolf Watch along.
Universal Pictures and Studio Canal are proud to present an ancient legend.
They were even using like the trick weapons there, weren't they? Maybe this film.
Took Europe by storm.
Maybe this film is the origin of the threaded cane.
His masterpiece,
The masterpiece.
Brotherhood of the Wolf.
That's that, yeah. Well, if I was like going through Netflix one day on like Saturday night and I didn't have anything to do, I would probably stick that on. I don't know if I would put that on in any other context. A lot of Reddit posts about it back in the day. Yeah, I remember. I think that's how I first heard about it.
Splendid. Let me ask you a small kindness. You're soon. Then, if you tell them to seek Yusefka's clinic, upon my Hippocratic oath, if they are yet human, I will look after them. This sickness, these beasts, they are not to be feared. This time the night is long. I'll even offer a reward for your well.
Not a trustworthy lady. An imposter, you could even say. So I need to find that chap in the alley again, in Cathedral Ward. Tell him to go chat with her. Pet Jabba. Oh, he's very close by today. The covetous demon himself. He's always close to my heart. Yusefka vented near electrical. See, I'm glad that I can at least sort of understand what that means. Even I've never played Among Us, and I don't think I've ever really watched someone play it either. Where do I need to go? Probably just regular Cathedral Ward will be fine. I just realised I still haven't tried to do Eileen the Crow's quest. I did try to do it, but she wasn't there. Community Among Us night went. There's plenty in there. Like Jill Shabang's always doing it. I've never really understood how it worked. I used to play Town of Salem. I say always. Every time I see Joel Shabang streaming, it's Among Us. No, that's not true. But yeah, I used to play Town of Salem a lot when I was at uni. Found that really fun. Which I think is sort of like a predecessor. Yeah, it's very cool. Hello Marcus, welcome in. How's it going? These lads are horrible. Can we get the parry? Yeah. The parry will not come through. We don't need it there. Town of Salem is well better. I don't need much convincing of it. I love Town of Salem. It's great. I've been, to be honest, in the last few weeks, I have been thinking of popping onto Town of Salem and having a couple of games, because it was a laugh, but I've forgotten what all the roles do and how to properly bluff and all that kind of thing. Oh, there's a cool thing to note about these guys. So you see this guy with his lamp's disappeared. Right, I'll find someone who's carrying a lamp. Basically, these fellas carry around lamps. They've got those purple lamps, haven't they? You can see this guy's got one. If you look at his lantern, you'll notice that it's covered in eyeballs. But this is something you only notice, I think, when you've got, I think it's like over 15 insight. It'll just look like a regular lamp beforehand. Oops, I don't know why I did that. Because yeah, essentially, the more insight you have, the more about the world your character can notice. Played the card game Cooper a few times. Really simple, enjoyable bluffing game. Ah. I remember, I think Town of Salem has a card game. But I never had enough people to play it with, so I never bought it. Didn't think any other human beings played that game. I know there's a game, after you kill Vicar Amelia, all of the knights are sort of knelt when you go up to them. Which is quite sad. But yeah, I know there's a game called One Night Werewolf, I think, which is sort of similar. Oops. I've never played that either. But I always like the idea of games like that. Yes, Jelith, absolutely. Get some Town of Salem played. Forgot you were up here. Oh, thank goodness for that. Oh. That was nearly very horrible. It was like the most dreadful enemy in this entire game. It's the old brain suckers. No! Oh my god. What a horrible part of the game. Why is he so insistent on following me? Stop emoting! Stop emoting! It's Deathslinger. Right, you there. God! What are you two doing down there? There's 3 of them! What are they all doing? Look at that. Can't do that with your shitey saw cleaver. I mean, maybe you can. What's going on in there?
Please help!
You'll also notice that it's now much darker in the game. After killing Vicar Amelia, the night has progressed. Oh, hello. I think there's actually a couple people you can recruit here. Not recruit, but pull to the church.
My precious little baby!
Having a rough time. Potato, how's it going? Meant to be studying. Just dropping a cheeky alert for my fave bird draw. Thank you very much. Hope the studying is going well. Did I just get toxic from that or something? Thank you for the 10 months. Thank you very much. Hope it's going all right. And a pet jabber.
Take it over the stench of blood and beasts any day. What is it then? If that doesn't do it.
I think you can get her to come to the chapel.
Might you know of a safe place? The night is long, and a very little of the incense left, please.
Erden Chapel.
Maybe I'll see.
And then, is it this fella?
Enough of you. What, you think this is funny? Well, I certainly don't, so be gone with you. I'll have nothing to do with your beast stones.
That's like the voice I do in my thief streams.
What's this two-bit nonsense you're peddling? I heard you told that wench about some shelter. Well, she's a damn fool to trust an outsider. Why? But her thought's probably just fixing to feed some of your coin. All right. What crafty lies does the outsider have today? You think I'm an easy mark? Yeah?
So this guy, if I want him to go to Erden Chapel, I've got to tell him to go to Yusefka's clinic and vice versa.
Yeah, sorry. Too sharp for that bollocks. I know a superstition when I hear one.
He is Danny Dyer. That's how Potato speaks in chat, by the way. That is exactly it. Too sharp for that bollocks. Cockney Geezer. Cockney Geezer is not from London. No, we're alright. We are okay. I could go up there and to the right, but I'm not going to just now. I think we'll just go straight on to doing, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, we're going down to the woods. I could probably just go do that now, you know. Don't know why I'm messing about so much. Go do that now. Go straight there. Why not? Covered in blood. What I love about the Xenoblade Chronicles games, they go for heavy on the UK regional accents. It is sort of underrepresented. You do get a few too many just posh British voices, don't you? I always think this is a really nice little cozy. I guess it's like a bridge in it. Yeah. I don't know. It's nice. This is like one of the most comforting little tunnels in the whole game. Nice spot. It's our mate.
Oh, good to see you safe. Now, let's think up something to discuss. Just tell me what piques your interest. I bid you, may the good blood...
Adam's got stuff to do. Molly, how's it going? Welcome in. This bit I always find very creepy.
The password.
It's already dead. Ah! Love this game, yet to be able to play it, but love it so much. It's great. It's so good. And I feel so bad for everyone that doesn't have a PS4. Genuinely. And most of this stream has just been me sort of occasionally going off on a little rant about how ridiculous it is that more people aren't allowed to play this game. Ow! Who's this knobhead? Can't remember what you get up here. This big lad. Oh no, I did it. I did it. I need to have sort of more confidence sometimes in my ability to parry. Dylan, welcome in. 2 days in a row for Bloodborne. Oh hell yeah! And this time, Dylan, you're listening with audio. I can see from your badge setup. The horrible thing to say to someone with a PS5 in the next room that they can't play. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Steen. Oh yeah, because you could actually play Bloodborne on it. Is it a gift then? I can't remember if I heard you giving the context for that. Because yeah, that is upsetting. I should have probably streamed this off the PS5 because it does perform a lot better. Like it's a much more stable 30 FPS than it is on PS4. But I only really notice it at the start of the stream, and then the more I play of it, the more I start to forget. Ow! Ow! Anything around here? Nice. But yeah, going alright, cheers Dylan. How's yourself? Today. Sister got it for a partner. There was 17 in stock. So they better surprise you with one too. I hope so too, Steen. Avoid that, because there's a big trap up in the trees there. But I will undoubtedly step on one of them at some point. He took a hit there, but he also gave one. Speaking of myself there. This bit reminds me of a bit from Dark Souls 2. Because there is no man's wharf in Dark Souls 2 where you've got people lobbing oil pots at you to make you more flammable, essentially. And I hate that bit, but I quite like this bit. In a shock turn of events, there's a bit of this game that I quite like. Quite a bit of damage, does. This sounds finished. Trying to remember. Is there a little bit through here? There's so many like pitfalls and stuff in this level. This area. nothing else. So if you go down there, you fall down a hole, I think. If you come over this lovely little hill. Ow! I've never done the beast blood stuff. I always wanted to, but I could never be bothered to dedicate a run to it, so I never have. But you can sort of make yourself more of a beast and get like certain power-ups. I think one of them is that you take more damage but you deal more damage. I think people use that for like speedrunning and stuff a lot. Hello. Oh, hello. Hi. To be honest, I think I have mixed feelings about this area of the game. I think it makes me very tense. There's a lot of dangers and whatnot. Going for your daily nap. Enjoy the nap, Nicole. And I will speak to you soon. I love you too. Can I open this from this side? No, it's from the other side, right? Oh. Don't know why I'm bothering with this. Just smack him. Just give him a big slap. Be alright. I think there's a danger in having played this before a few times, and it can make you a bit overconfident. Like, yeah, I know this enemy's not too much trouble, but then they batter me, so... Ah! Right. Hello, friends. Hello. Excuse me. I don't think I ever really try and fight those. I think I've done it a couple of times. In like the sewer area as well. In central Yharnam. But it never feels like there's much point to it. I don't think you really get much for doing so. He shot me through the roof. I can't believe it. That's cheating. Oh my Christ. It feels very difficult to hit people sometimes. I don't know if I'm used to like the the way the movement works in like Elden Ring and stuff now, but I don't know, I seem to miss people a great deal. And I should probably take some level of ownership over that. Hello Rex, how's it going? It has been a while. How is yourself? Didn't know you have a PS. Yes, this and a PS5, but I've never really streamed on them too much before, because my capture card wasn't very good. But I recently, recently invested in a better capture card. So I can do more stuff like this. Oh dear. Oh dear. Did not handle that situation well at all. I was saying I wanted to get to Bergenworth by the end of this stream. I think we're getting pretty close to that now. But it does mean I'm going to have to fight Shadows of Yharnam. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why is he holding it like that? I thought he was going to stand there forever. Oh, El Gateau. There is Bergenworth. That's where we're going. It's the College of Bergenworth. And this is the windmill that we could see earlier from Yharnam. I love this game. I think you get the cannon up here. Poison knife. And then we'll meet a lovely non-suspicious friend up here who is absolutely innocent of any criminal doings.
Whoa! Blimey, don't scare me like that. On a night like this, I took you for a monster. Oh, thank the stars, you're fairly normal. Was it you who put down that awful beast?
I love that. You're fairly normal.
And then you came along. Well, if you're a hunter, then would you know of any safe havens?
I'm going to send him to Yosefka's clinic.
Thank you.
What's wrong with the climbing animation? Can't believe you're mugging off Adam for the way he climbs ladders.
Well, you're giving me hope. Terribly kind of you. Take this. It's all I can offer us, thanks.
So we've sent him to Yosefka's clinic where he's going to get turned into a weird alien monster thing. Is that also... yeah, so that... is that where we start? I can't remember. It's just comedic. It's not okay. It's not okay. I don't think he deserves to be clowned on in the way he was. Is this the cannon? I think this is the cannon. How do you get to it? Cannon. I don't know why I just said that. I don't think it is there. Where is it? There it is. Yes, man. I've never really used it because I think it's a strength. It's like strength and blood tinge, which I don't think I've ever done. But you know, it's there. It's there as a possibility. Right, so we haven't unlocked that yet. I think if we go back here we can unlock a shortcut, or maybe it's the other way around. Or maybe it is this way. If we go up the hill from here. I always find these guys quite tough. Very dangerous. Not tough as such, but just high risk, you know. Can you give me some of your thoughts on the new Kendrick? I quite like it. I didn't quite like it at first. I think the first time I listened to it I wasn't too into it, but I've listened to it quite a bit since, and yeah, I quite like it. I'd probably say it's about on par with Damn for me. Yeah, something like that. What did you think of it? I needed a few listens. Yeah, it did feel a bit this way. It's the Buckethead.
Ah, a new face, are you?
I love this guy.
Hunter, it would appear.
And he's from Sheffield.
I am Volta, master of the League. Members of the League cleanse the streets of all that.
It's not actually very Sheffield.
During the hunt.
A little bit.
Like any half-decent hunter ought to. You know? Haven't you seen enough of these wretched beasts? Freakish slugs and mad doctors sentence these fiends to death with the help of your League confederates. What do you say? Why not join the League?
I like the League. Let's get in.
Our own Carol Rune, symbol of the League. The night brims with defiled scum and is permeated by their rotten stench. Just think, now you're all set to hunt and kill to your heart's content. Hunt in cooperation with your fellows, your League confederates.
I feel like the more he talks, the more he yeah, the more he sort of prattles on, the less he seems like the good guy. Just joined the football league. I've just accidentally talked my way into a fantasy football league. I have never once been in a fantasy football league. I don't know how they work, and I don't want to be. Is that the football Twitch globally? You was in a family once. Oh no. You were in a family one once. I misread that as I was in a family once. And then for some reason I just thought of Vin Diesel saying family. Sorry, Jel, that's all I can associate you with. I need 2 more twin bloodstone shards. Right, let's get our Carol Rune on. And we're all good to go.
What is... Very well.
So we've got 4 level ups here. Do you know what? I might pop some more blood droplet things and see if I can level up a bit more. Let's get those up.
Farewell, good me.
And then let's yeah, let's... What do you mean? Ah, right, I see. I could actually focus on trying to get Chicago now, you know. Might be a bit of a waste of time to try and get it this early. See how many level ups we can get from all these. I think we should be able to get 2 more level ups from this. Just do that many. Yeah.
Welcome. What?
I'm a fan of family. Blood points, if you will. Perhaps. Not quite, but nearly. Oh, that is almost perfect. That is almost the perfect amount. Let's get endurance up a bit. Get a little bit more stamina.
Farewell, good mate.
A bit onwards. The only issue... No, I'll go and get to the point. So to get the sword I want for the rest of the playthrough, we have to go to Castle Cainhurst. I don't think I'll be able to do the boss yet in Castle Cainhurst because he's really, really hard. I think he's one of the toughest in the game. But I'm going to unlock the way to get to Castle Cainhurst, which means we have to go through the woods. We have to find a secret entrance to get back to Yarnum and get back to the clinic, but through the back way. I'm trying to remember where it is. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. That's a good start. I'll avoid that big trap in the middle. There's so many traps in this area. I think it's up here. I think this is the right way. And then there's Patches there, so we'll have a chat with Patches as well. I like Patches in this game. I think you can just about see him as well.
Oh, a hunter of beasts, are you?
Is that him?
You know not the value you possess.
Can you actually see him through it?
More's the pity. The hours of the night are many, and the beasts more than I can count. A veritable hunt, unending.
Well, that's just a fella.
Not even death offers solace. A most fright. But I'm willing. Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient, shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength. Yes, I'm unquestionably certain.
That's wrong. Takes us to another area, but I like the area that he takes us to, so it's fine. This is a bit that I don't like. And I die quite a bit here. So that's where we want to go. Where does that take you? What do you get around here? There's an outfit up here. And there's a bagman further up. Yeah, there's some stuff. But I don't think it's necessary stuff. I don't know. I guess we can do it. There we go. Little outfit. Little outfit. And then I think the bagman is just round the back of here. Yeah, is there? I wonder if I can sneak up on... No. Oh. That was very, very close. There we go. I've never actually seen them up close, what the faces look like. They're just sort of like very pale men. Quite creepy. Did he just say Monu? I think I said this last time. Monu! I love you! Mon. Steen, is it your Go Live notification that's just Mon? Because it was proper making me laugh the other day that people's sort of like notifications range from I'm streaming, come on in, to Streaming today, morning, to morning. And then yours, I think, is just mon. just slowly whittling it down to the most essential of invitations. Mon now. On, John. Change it to I'm live intentionally. Because I keep going live by mistake. I think I changed mine recently to a David Lynch quote. Of if you can believe it. Which felt apt. Who's this? I've left quite a bit around here. My hay fever's beating me up today. Did anyone ever play Beast Wars on PS1? When you press start, it went Beast Wars. Because that game was mint. I might see if I can get a copy of Beast Wars. I could try and get it. I think I've got a totally legal PS1 method of playing PS1 games on my computer. I might see if I can get the ROM. The legal ROM. The ROM the Vacuous Spider for Beast Wars and play a bit of that. Exactly. But yeah, Beast Wars was so mint. Because Beast Wars, for anyone who doesn't know what Beast Wars is, if not, why the hell not? Beast Wars is like was an offshoot of Transformers. I forgot there's like loads of these little maggot things down here, they're quite horrible. Beast Wars was an offshoot of Transformers where rather than transforming into cars and that, they instead transformed into like tigers and like cheetahs and dinosaurs. I think Megatron turns into a T-Rex. You should be the one to introduce us to the Beast Wars. I'll do it. I'll do it. The world needs to see Beast Wars. Why is everyone still caring about Transformers when Beast Wars exists? I saw this. Nice. I never really spend too much time in this area, it's too much hassle. Now this bit is very creepy. So you're coming up this ladder. Jelloth, don't you be laughing at this this climbing. Coming up this ladder. And you start to notice there's a body there. And you're like, ugh. Gross. And you notice there's actually maybe a couple more bodies kicking about, and there's actually looks like there might be some bodies in that little cave area too. And you're coming up to here and there's even more skeletons. Also, look at them all. So many of them. Also, Turok Evolution on PS2. Used to like that game. This is you might recognize this area. Shout out to the skeleton men, exactly. Hello, Adam. Adam, were you in before? It's Yosefka's clinic from the start of the game. This is where we began our entire adventure. Wow. Played Turok on 360 and hated it. Still have the steelbook version of it. I've got a Turok kicking about in the drawers somewhere, I think. It is awful, isn't it? It's proper terrible. What do you mean, yes, Adam? Adam, I proposed two possibilities, that you were here before or you were not here before, and you've said yes. What am I meant to do with that information? I can't believe this. But yeah, Turok on like that generation Turok is proper bad. You were yes before. Okay. Well, I'm sorry I forgot that you were here, Adam. I'm gonna cry. In fact, oh, I'm gonna cough. Oh, I've got a cough. Have a pebble. Ah, he's gonna cast a spell. Oh god, those enemies truly put the fear of God in me. Those enemies cast a spell where they freeze you in place and then they suck your brain out. That's horrible. Is that well just... Does that well go down? I can't tell. I think it's filled in. What a shame. Has the Art of Turok in it. Nice. Only steelbook I have is Fallout 4 because it was cheaper to buy and that game than just the game itself. Right, I see. I've got quite a few. I'm not going to go over this because I've done it before on stream and it was very boring. But I've actually got like a little steelbook collection of films because I used to collect them. I wonder if, right. Get ready for this. Get ready for this. I've moved my monitor so I could do this. But if you look over there. There is my collection of steelbooks. So you got quite a few, right next to the 4Ks that I don't really watch anymore. But yeah, there's the next to right beneath you'll see a Super Nintendo, which is neat. Yeah, there we go. That was nice. That was a nice moment. That was a nice insight into the life and times. I've got to try and adjust everything so it's in the right place. This is not the right place because now I'm like, there we go, there we go, there we go. Lovely. And what's that? Just in the corner of the screen, is that a bottle of isopropyl 99.9% pure rubbing alcohol I see there? No, it's not. It's faulty. Anyway, up the ladder. And I've got a few game steelbooks. Not many. I've got a couple. But again, I think they were mostly from like CEX and stuff. I've got Resistance 3. Which Total once misunderstood that I was like a big Resistance 3 fan. I think it was Total. Because I had the steelbook, but I only got the steelbook because I wanted to play it, and that was the only version of it that they had in. No, I don't think it was the only version, but I think it was no price difference, so I was like, well, you might as well, you know, if you're getting one, if you're gonna get it, you might as well get a nice looking one. So this is where we actually started the game. Not in this room, not in this building, but... In this building, sorry, but not in this room. That's what we're after, the Canehurst summons. I'm sorry, little man. I'm sorry. So that is Yusefka. That's the real Yusefka. Spoiler alert. She's turned into a Martian. I think this might be the lad who we sent over here from the woods, the werewolf man. Yes, so that's the man who was eating people in the woods. So it's cool. You can send different characters to this place and they get turned into them. And when you kill the little Martians, they drop something relating to that character, so you know which one's which. It's horrible, but it's cool. Hello, Monologued. How's it going? Thank you very much again for the stream this morning. It was lovely. And it basically inspired me to get back on and carry on streaming this.
Ah, moonlit scents. How did you worm your way in here? Very unfortunate. I had such high hopes for you. Well, I won't make any excuses. Would you mind leaving us alone? Things need not change. You'll do the rescuing, and I'll do the saving. But if you refuse to leave, oh well. I've always wanted to try my hand on a hunt.
I'm going to leave it for now, because she's quite hard. How's the threaded cane serving me? It's serving me very well, but I am getting to the point of the game where I might swap it out. Because I've just unlocked the ability to get to the area which has the weapon I want. Unfortunately, to get that weapon, I have to beat a boss who is very hard. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I might give it a go. I mean, what have we got? I mean, if we get to Bergenworth first, do that stuff, do Rom. Then maybe go do Canehurst. I have to be the delivery driver, exactly, yes. For shickage.
What is...
You're always drifting off. Start leveling up Blood Tinge a little bit. I still can't bloody fortify it. Ridiculous, that. One sec. Okay. What have you fellas got? Anything good? So after you get certain emblems, that's what we needed, the Hunter Chief emblem. After you get certain emblems, you're able to buy new weapons based on those emblems. I don't want any of these though. The rifle spear. What does that scale with? So that is also Dex. I don't want to use it. Hello Ian, how's it going? How's your Saturday going? What was I doing? The woods. We're doing the woods. Ah, I just hit myself in the eye. Myself in bloody eye. How goes your Saturdays? We're about to... I want to... My goal with this stream, right? Bear in mind, we're 2 hours in. My goal with this stream is to get to Rom. And beat Rom. And we're getting quite close now. You know, we're nearly at... Bergenworth. Blood-crazed feats. Let's send that elevator back up. Yeah, the little messengers are brilliant. They're very cute. Like I say, they proper remind me of like... I don't know, it's like a sort of less cutesy version of something out of Studio Ghibli. Right, this is probably one of the few areas of this game that I'm not so fond of. I don't necessarily dislike it, but I don't love it. I think it's one of the less interesting areas because it's essentially some woods, and it's got snake monsters in it that kind of hide in the bushes. And it's got these snakehead fellas kicking about. But that's enough bloodstone shards to level up our weapon at least, so that's good. Ow. Nearly got poison there, so a bit more careful. Bit of care, please. Dear me. This was the area Cress was playing when she came up with Ian, right? I see. Look at that. That's history. That was history being made. Your entire identity came from this area. And that's very special. One of the reasons I'm playing Bloodborne is because me and Lelamo were reminiscing about Cressup's Bloodborne streams the other day. They were great. I think they were like... I got into Twitch watching Limmy, like a lot of people. But I think like... I think Cressup was one of the first like individual... Well, one of the first people outside of Limmy that I really got into watching. And it was because of playing Bloodborne. I think Jack McAverage was also... Jack McAverage was probably the first person I got into watching from the community. Because Lelamo was playing like Rainbow Six Siege with him. And I was like, yeah, I'll tune in. I was explaining everyone on Twitch to my housemate the other day. And it was tough to explain Ian. We've always had that problem. Ian, whose name is not Ian, and whose username is not Ian, but we all call Ian. I imagine Ian takes great pride in what a sort of obscure sort of outward appearance is taken on. I always forget this bit is here. I think this is technically like a shortcut. I'm not sure if you can parry that sort of flurry. Essentially, these characters have a sort of parasite. That causes them to have snake heads. Man with a million names. I would say Crest got me into Twitch really, because I was only very occasionally watched Limmy on Twitch. And Crest was the first Twitch streamer I watched, I'd say. Yeah, for me it was probably Jack, and then I started watching Limmy. Because I think Lelamo had tried to get me into watching, not tried to get me into watching Limmy, but Lelamo had watched Limmy for ages and was always sort of chatting about his streams. And after watching Jack's streams for a while, I was spending more time on Twitch. And then I started watching Limmy playing Subnautica. And then the rest is history, as they say. No, I got you. Potato is indeed here. A very active lurk, I would say, from Potato today. That is not to say I'm unhappy about it. Very happy to have you in. I think you get that cool outfit here. Limmy, Staggy, Slate, and then all of you lot. Nice. Nice. Didn't start watching, I think I was watching Slate for a very long time before I started watching Staggies, because I didn't really care about Dead by Daylight. And it's funny how it's almost taken like a cyclical journey that, because now I also don't care about Dead by Daylight. But I'm still watching Staggies. Thought Twitch was utter shite, and my only experience of Twitch chat was Limmy, where 0.2% of chat actually gets read, and most of it, so the chatter can be berated. Right, I get what you mean. Yeah, before, like, last year, I never had any interest in watching Twitch. I was properly one of those, I don't get it, why wouldn't you just play the game if you wanted to see the game? Like, doesn't make any sense to me. Twitch just not really my sort of thing. I'd rather just watch like a YouTube video or something. And then yeah, after watching Limmy and then moving on to other streamers' chats, or after watching Jack McAverage's and seeing that you could like, and finding out that the way I enjoyed Twitch was by being in someone's chat and chatting to them and watching them play a game and listening to them just chatter away and interacting with them. Like, that was, it's like, yeah, that's Twitch. Because I know a lot of people say like you shouldn't get to a point with Twitch where you feel like people are your friends, like in your chat and stuff, or a streamer is your friend. But I think a big part of it is feeling like you're in a friendly space, you know. Feeling like you're in you're almost just in a group of people just chatting away and just having a conversation, or like a group of friends at the pub almost, but there just happens to be a game involved. And sometimes the game is one of the most interesting bits. It doesn't have to be, which is cool. It's only when I watched Crass I realised you can actually engage with the streamer. Yeah, exactly. I'd never thought to do that, because my only experience of Twitch before that was watching like CSGO majors, watching like the occasional CSGO pro playing a game and just sort of playing really well. Like my before watching Jack and Limmy, my experience of Twitch was literally just watching people who are really good at games and being like, oh yeah, they're really good at this game. Which I understand why people like. I quite enjoyed it for a bit, but I got quite bored of it quick. So yeah, it was nice. I agree. Would watch you play whatever just for the vibes of being here. Thank you, my lord. Same to you. Best streams are the ones I can play a game alongside and chuck a comment in now and then. Yes, exactly. Although, like, it's also got me into... I never thought of there would be streams like Marcus's Friday Fun, stuff like that. I never thought I'd be watching stuff like that on Twitch. Because stuff like that, it's like watching Friday Night Telly. It's like watching Saturday Night Live, but you can actually talk to the host. It's weird, and it's really good. And there's some really, really talented people on Twitch who it almost feels like generous of them to host a Twitch stream, because you can actually engage with them and they're hilarious while also interacting with you. And it feels very special. It's a pig. There might be a pig behind me. I thought I could hear 2 sets of footsteps there. Hello. Ow! My focus has been temporarily seized by the game. For the my controller's dead! Jesus Christ. Alright, we're good. Hello. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. This is what... Do you know what? This is what being a Twitch streamer is like. This is what my fans are like. I can't go anywhere these days without this. I'm just sick of it, man. I'm just so sick of it. I'm suffering from success. It's like, shit, yeah, I know. I know. But I've got a life too. I've got a life too. That's not what... I'd love to know what my first messages were in chats. See what got me in. I bet it was nothing interesting. Yeah, I sometimes wonder about that. Monologued, I can check if you like. It would have been, woo, Kick-Ass Raid. Friday Night Muse. Muse? God, my chat keeps going. Friday Night Muse has unleashed the creative side of me twice now, I see. Just checked in mod view and your first message was, so you like birds? Yeah. Adam, can you try and find the message where I was asking Nostromo if he had pet birds? I can't remember if I posted them in this chat. Big Nostromo, more like Big Nostromo, oh my god. Yours in James Showers, good evening. Brilliant. Well, that's nice. That's a nice, innocent message. Yeah, nothing. That is literally still how Jelith comes into chat, so in a way that makes me happy. Why can't... Can I not open the gate from this? Right, I can. Okay. So this is probably one of the tougher bosses in the game. I think? Maybe at this stage. I don't know. I'm really sort of... I either sort of surprise myself at how quickly I beat bosses or at how much trouble I have with them. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect anymore. I remember the trick being to kind of get them all down to low health at sort of the same time. The reason being, when they hit phase 2, when only one of them gets to a low amount of health. So if you get them all to low health at the same sort of time, it's oh! He covered that distance very quickly. That fireball, that is such a pain. Oh! The cameraman! And by that I mean the camera man, not literally a cameraman. Jesus, his sword is so long. Covers a lot of ground. Genuinely hate that guy with the flames, with the fireballs. Doing my head in. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, and then this happens. I think maybe I need to be using this a bit better. This big gravestone. There we go. That's done a lot of damage to him. I hope. Is it you I need to get? No, I think it's you I need to get down low. Yep. Oh, for God's sake, man. Leave me alone. When they start going to second phase of this fight, it just becomes a nightmare to keep up with. It's like the Bloodborne equivalent of Centipede Demon. The fight just stops making any level of sense to me. Right, speaking of, this is it. What's happening? There we go. That gets one out. That's him down. No, the snakes are coming. No. This bit's ridiculous. It makes no sense to me. Oh. As soon as the snakes come out, I just completely lose my shit. Right, what have we got? What have I missed? Virtual Bread, I think I just saw you pop in. Hello, Virtual Bread. Hope you're doing well. I must confess, don't know how to check. Just checked in yours, Adam. My first message to you was pump out. That's good stuff. Definitely a Staggy's raid. Or a Slate raid it was. The first message I sent in Staggy's chat, because it wasn't an introduction or raid message, all I said was Sprint Burst in response to him asking what perk a survivor used. I like that you at least remember the context of that. This game does like mob boss fights. Not, well, I think it's only got... I don't know. I don't know how many it's got. It does like him a lot in Chalice dungeons, which is horrible. You just have to scroll through the messages to find the first. Going to be impossible for me to do that in Adams. First message was Seahull. Took me ages to find it because I taught utter shite constantly. Also had a timeout. That doesn't surprise me. Why did you say Seahull? What did that mean? I can see Hull. All I have to do is look out that window and I can see Hull. If it technically, because this is all Hull, I can see Hull everywhere I go within a certain radius. But yeah, we did it. We did it. We beat the shitheads of Yharnam. Sorry, that was mean. That was uncalled for. Hello! I love these enemies. They're so horrible. Generally, the correlation for me is literally the more... Bastard! The more horrible the enemy is, the more I like it. No, it's dead. Transfer my first message in Adams. I think it's physically impossible. My finger will fall off by the time I'm done scrolling. It was yo 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 yo. First in Adams was Spider Brain, so it must have been a brew raid. I don't think I ever heard the context of Spider Brain. I've seen the emote, obviously. I don't know. I don't know the context of it. I think the first time I ever chatted in Adam's stream was after raiding him. And I think, Adam, when I raided you, you were playing Dark Souls 1. And it was like, because I'd followed you previously while you were playing DBD. But I'd not really stuck around a lot. And then after raiding you playing that was the first time I was like, right, I'll just sit down and watch it for a bit. And it was great. And it was... And the rest was history. As I said previously. What we got? Now we need the bloodstone chunks. It's a chunky, as Adam would say. It was lovely. We're all just integrating into each other's chats, yeah. Just slowly a little sub-community formed. They're applauding me. This is neat. So as you progress further in the game, more of these, you basically, more things become available for purchase in the shop. And the more things become available for purchase, the more messengers appear in this bath. So when you first start playing the game, it's just that one at the front holding the potion. But then the more you progress, the more that there are. It's great. As well, when you see I won't be able to demonstrate this just yet, so I won't talk about that just yet. There's a cool thing.
Very well.
If you can believe it, there is a cool thing in this game. That may come as a shock. Right.
Farewell, good me.
Goodbye. I'll demonstrate it in Bergenworth. So, around the lamps that you spawn in on, the bonfires of this game, you'll notice that they've got some messengers. The more messengers that surround that lamp, so at the moment it's 4, but the more messengers surrounding that lamp, I think correspond to how many players are currently in this area on the live servers. So sometimes you'll have like loads and loads of them kicking about. Did I mention I love this game? It's brilliant. Have a bit of that. Oh! They've got tails, I've just realised. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Now here's a horrible part of this area. I think Ian was saying it, but it does seem so much quicker than Dark Souls. It is. It's like completely different pace of game. Because I did not want to fight this fella. It's weird because I remember when Dark Souls 3 came out, it felt like they'd kept the fast pace with all the enemies, so all the enemies feel like as fast as the Bloodborne enemies, but the player is much slower in that game. So it doesn't feel quite as good as Bloodborne, in my opinion. But that could be wrong, that could just be a sort of placebo. Here's the college. And there's a big monster. Oh, I forgot about these fellas. Hello. They both took damage from that fall. You've got wings! Although admittedly there isn't any membrane on your wings, so... If a wing doesn't have membrane, is it truly a wing? I guess so, because it being called a wing is just that it's on the side, innit? Oh! I don't think I very often bother to try and fight this. I'm stuck! Oh, it's like the gaping dragon. What makes a wing a wing? It is. I've never thought about how similar this is to the gaping dragon, but it is. It's like a long version of it. The way the body splits into a mouth. And also like the sort of skeletal, emaciated look of it. There we go. Our dear Michael, the gaping dragon. Is that what we've dubbed him? Great one's wisdom. Now there is an absolutely horrible fight in this building. I hate it. I'm gonna have a horrible time doing it. I'm probably gonna get a little bit upset in the next few minutes. Please just bear with me. I dread this bit every single time I play this game. Let's hope for the best. Got a lovely pearl slug. Let's open this bit. This is a bit of a pointless shortcut, this one. Don't really need that. But I guess it's nice to have. Here she is. She's using the threaded cane. Let some fresh air in, exactly. I think the thing that upsets me most about this fight, it's not even that, it's she's got a spell, I think she does. And it's so hard to get away from. She also uses Rosemarinus or something, which is a horrible weapon to try and contend with. The best way to do this fight is definitely just to spam the gun and hope for the best. There we go. We're not actually having too much trouble, that might be it. Yes, man. It's okay. She didn't have time to do the spell, so it wasn't a problem. I'm happy. When the red moon hangs low, the line between man and beast is blurred, and when the great ones descend, a womb will be blessed with child. I don't know whether to reveal it, but I've made some changes to the library. The library scene. I don't know if this is the right time to really demonstrate it, though. I think I'll save it for the thief. The return of thief. I think there's a beastie up here. There he is. Hello. No! Good, we're good. Yeah, it's good. I'm very happy with it. I think we discussed before, adding Easter eggs to the library, like a trinket from a fan mission you've finished. Also, yes, so it's okay. Yeah, that is sort of the direction I've started to take it, and I'm very happy with it. Now, do we just go to the boss? I don't think I really got any weapon upgrades or anything, so we might as well. This boss, not the biggest fan of. Possibly the weakest boss in the main game. This guy was originally intended as a boss, you know. He was supposed to, because they found. Well, I don't know if he was a boss, but he was supposed to be able to attack you, because there's an animation in the game files where he like lifts up into the air and then slams down on his chair. But now he just sits there, and if you kill him, you get a certain thing. So I'm going to do that. I'm sorry, Matt. I don't think that's actually very... Yeah, well, it is quite creepy. Rolling is effective, so... In we go. I don't like this boss. I always die to him quite a few times if I remember right. Well, not necessarily to him, but to his little mates. I like the way they sort of land on the head. Because I'm using a dex weapon as well, they're quite strong to... It's annoying that it takes 2 hits to kill these. How unexcited his name says. It's not even a spider. I love when they do that. That's so stupid. He's not even a spider. He's like a big bed bug. I have never seen a spider that looked like this. Where's it gone? There he is. Sorry if that was a bit dizzying. I think eventually he starts doing magic as well. He starts actually doing his own attack. Yep, here he goes. Try to remember what the tells are for each magic attack. I can't even one hit kill them with a right, this one's gotta be very wary of that one. I can't even one hit kill him with a charged attack, which is a shame. Dear me. Bloodborne stole the idea of a boss fight on water under the moonlight from Elden Ring. Did they really? I don't think I've got that far. Not that I'm upset about spoilers or anything. I think I'm at a point where... I think I was saying this yesterday. My main reason for playing Elden Ring at this point is just so that it doesn't get spoilt for me when I watch the VartiVidya lore videos. But my main reason is because I want to watch VartiVidya. But I'm at a point where I might just start watching them anyway. I sort of care more about that than I do anything in the game. I like the lizard creature from Dark Souls than a spider. The little lizard creature. Oh, like the crystal lizards. Bit late to this, but I think my first message would have been asking your name was an Alien reference, probably. Hello, Sampy. Welcome in. How's it going? No, that's okay, Tommy. Like, for fuck's sake. Oh. Oh. This boss is so boring. Let's try again. Just watch Stand By Me, the is it the Stephen King adaptation? It's got a young Kiefer Sutherland in it, doesn't it? As like in a supporting role. I can't remember if I liked Stand By Me. I remember watching it with my brother when I was very young. I don't think I liked it too much. What were your thoughts? Am I going to be able to find my blood echoes? I have no idea where my blood echoes are. Is that them there? You liked it. Good stuff. I think, to be honest, whenever I watch anything Stephen King, he really gives me the ick. So that probably didn't help. Oh, for fuck's sake! I wish I could just skip this boss. Spoilers, made you die while reading my messages. It's me out of the Nostrum team. The funny thing is, I died while reading that message to him. But I'm not gonna blame you for either times. I hate this boss so much. He's so boring. I feel like you've just got to fight in the most boring way to win it. Which is just sort of run about. Can't keep getting away with it. You just kind of run about. Hit the enemies. Which I guess is just the whole game in a nutshell. Is that my blood echoes? Yes. It takes so long to do. I wonder if I do one of these. No, even that's not a one-hit kill. I need a one-hit kill is what I need. Please, please, give me a break. I need to be able to kill him in one hit. It just made my life so much better, you know. What you've done, you fool. I like the way they've got like sort of sickles for front legs. I wonder if they're sort of like whip spider inspired. Is a whip spider actually a spider or is it a scorpion? I can't remember. I can't remember if it's a misnomer. I remember it being a type of scorpion. Yeah, so they've got like rocky bits on the front of their heads, so you do like very little damage to them. Get rid of that attack. Just take it out of the game, please. Very risky to lock on because he could do this attack and I need to be looking at him when he's doing that attack so I know it's happening. Oh, he's doing it again! This reminds me of when I was doing General Radahn in Elden Ring. General Radahn has like an attack where he like summons like 4 boulders, like magic boulders in the sky, and if you get hit with one it's just like an instant kill. It's just like you're dead, but they're really hard to dodge if you're anywhere near him. You have to be quite far away from him, riding laterally to really avoid him, and it was stressing me out so much that that's what led me to basically just cheesing the boss in the end, because I couldn't be bothered. Called tailless whip scorpions, so maybe scorpions. Apparently they have more in common with scorpions, yeah. Oh, for God's sake! No! He's doing the attack again. He's doing it again, Mum. Please. The issue with this is, you may be thinking, well, why don't you just attack him and just ignore all the enemies? Because he'll still teleport away and spawn in more enemies, so I'll just have like tons more spiders to deal with. I wish it was like, yeah, exactly, Jill. I wish it was like the much better game, Dark Souls 2. I was very nearly about to spit my dummy out. In Dark Souls 2, there is a There is also a spider boss fight. Where the spiders are scared of you if you're carrying a torch. And it makes the fight a lot easier. And I always do it with a torch. Because I'm not some sort of proud fool. Rom is a she, is it? Or is she? I wish those attacks could damage the spiders. That'd be a nice feature. Nothing to smile about in this boss fight. Where's he gone? How far away do you have to fucking run, Saucer? Goodness me. I don't know what shadow band actually means. Oh, for God's sake! Just die! I hate this fight. Changed my mind. Bloodborne is where you're banned but you don't know it. Right, I see. Nearly got him. The issue is, I don't think I'm going to be able to kill Rom this go around of it. Because I think she's got too much health. Oh! We'll see. Got melee attacks and all. Sprint! Sprint! Rom! Will you stop attacking? Just let me hit you! For God's sake! What is the point of this rubbish fight? Sprint. God's sake. I don't understand why the fight is like this. Look at this. Just run in, up. Just run in, get a hit, and then leave again, I guess. Is that dead? It's dead. I don't feel good about that. But it's over. It's over. We can move on. We can move on back to the good parts of the game. So that's nice. You feel good about it. Well, that's good. And this has quite a nice bit. Where is she? There she is. What a great boss fight. Ian, I'm sick of you. I love the boss that just exists in a massive empty plate. It is cool. It's a cool looking fight, but it's just rubbish. Wrong way. Going to be lurking for a bit. It's too invested in that there. Well, thank you for your support, monologue. It helped. It helped. And enjoy the lurk. All my life, people I love and respect have been turning to me and say, Ian, I'm sick of you. Well, it's just how it is. Ritual secret broken. Seek the nightmare newborn. Do you think I did Rom too early? Because this fella's already appeared. We've already unlocked Yaragul. sure it's fine. Let's go do Cairnhurst then. Oh. Ow! Oh my Christ, I can't even reach the... I can't even reach the lamp. Where is the lamp? Isn't there a lamp here? Or is it further down? Hello. Yeah. Oh, this bit is very, very, very creepy. She's got all these big monster men. That cling to the sides of the buildings. Like big spiders of doom. And they also shoot laser beams. I feel a bit silly that I've come to this place so soon. I feel like I shouldn't have, because I've missed doing the Yaragul, the Hyperion jail bit. Have mercy on the poor bastard. Yeah, I've missed doing quite a bit. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. Now, do I unlock? I've got the question now. Oh, I can't fortify it anyway. It's fine. We're gonna do Cairnhurst now. We'll get shickage.
Very well. Farewell.
Goodbye. I probably shouldn't be leveling up blood things just yet, you know. I should be focusing on other stuff. 20,000! It's Queen Amygdala from episode 1. Yes. I wonder if we can get another 2 level ups here. Oh, how many?
Welcome.
3 maybe? I don't know. No, we need quite a bit more. We need about 8,000 and a bit. Can I get that from... maybe?
Farewell.
8,000 we want. Oh, we're not going to get this. We are not going to get this. No chance.
Welcome home, good. What is it?
Do I like the doll? She's kind of cool, yeah. Yeah. Let's get more health. I want to do more health for now.
Farewell.
Why, Ian? Do you like the doll? We need to go to... Hemwick Charnel then? Yeah. What does NB stand for? When it's like a note at the bottom. Is it Latin? Like a PS. Love the doll. Probably my favourite firekeeper. Some people don't. I think she's too creepy. Yeah, no, I think she's nota bene. Is that actually what it means? Ah! Yeah, I like her. I don't know if I have like a favourite firekeeper. I like the one from Demon Souls a lot. Who is the same actor? Is the same voice actress as the doll, which you probably already know. Why would I ever lie? You just do. Sounds for none of your business. That could be it. Right, here we go. Yeah, there's her. The Emerald Herald from Dark Souls 2, I think, is quite good. And she goes, bear, seek, seek lest. And I have a load of enemies behind me, so I just quickly barrel into the carriage. Has anyone ever been in a carriage like this, like a stagecoach? They don't look cozy at all. They look horrible. I think I'd feel very claustrophobic in one. Used to drive one in London, 45 years, man and boy. I imagine it's probably better than the tube. Yeah, probably. Ian, you missed earlier. There was a feature of your favourite director. I was trying to scrub the CEX sticker off my copy of Pierre LeFou, but I only got so far. I was using isopropyl alcohol. Get terrible travel sickness. I think me too. Just going to say, imagine being in one going on cobblestone, and then what do you know? Need some good cushions, definitely. You would have a very sore bottom. Just take a stagecoach to work. A bus. The horses are dead. This is horrible. Those poor horses. Dead for a while as well. So you can sort of see there's Yarnum. Back where we left it. I thought you liked Goddard. My favourite director is whoever did How to Train Your Dragon. There's those horrible, like, blood guzzler things here, isn't there? Horrid. Horrid things. Let me in! Right. Here we are. In Canehurst Castle. I love this area. This area is so cool. Just gonna leave some of these. Knock down your shitey candles. Ah! Quite tanky. The blood splatter in this game is so satisfying. Potato, what does that mean? I'm watching too much of your true crime. And here is Reiter Palash. I've never used this weapon, but it's cool. Like a lot of Goddard, but Goddard's favourite director is Goddard, nor what I mean. No. Not quite, I'm afraid. I'm not on board with what you're selling. Hello to all, welcome in. Not shopping today, lovely to see Bloodborne has uncovered a rare potato, indeed. Always has that effect somehow. She likes the blood splatter, I see. I'll ask no more. Got her. Got him. Lovely sounds, I see. It is quite good. I think, to be honest, I think I don't bother with most of the enemies in this bit, because you can sort of get past them. If you're not careful, they will group up on you like that. So you do have to be a bit careful, but as long as you know. You can also, I forgot about that, you can sort of roll into them and bump them out your way. It's a lovely area. So it's like the least Bloodborne area in the game. Have you completed this 1,000,000 times? Probably, I was saying earlier, probably like 6 times, maybe. 5 or 6. Hello. I'm very conscious of how little damage I'm doing to some enemies. Making me worried that Logarius is going to be very difficult. That your most replayed game. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I know I've played Dark Souls 1 through a bunch of times. I've probably played through Dark Souls 1 about as much as I have this, to be fair. Maybe this a bit more, I don't know. Ah! It's like Limmy. Ah! There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure. What else I've replayed loads of times. Eastbourne, I see. This lad always gives me a bit of trouble. He's quite tough. Not today. That's it. I'm gonna start doing that to all of the very, very weak enemies in the game. That'd be like, this guy's really, really hard to beat, and then just... No, but if you don't parry him, I think he's quite difficult. I love doing that. Just I love the in games. I was talking to someone about this the other day. Whenever there's enemies that fly, you notice that they don't actually really fly. They're just above the ground. And you can generally make them fall to their death, which is a good laugh because it's a flying enemy. Pebble beaches are a con. I don't mind a pebble beach, but you do need to have the right shoes for them, don't you? Or they're very painful. All beaches are a con, free the sea. Very, very pro global warming. Ah! Evelyn! Have I missed the shortcut? Only true flying enemies are the mosquitoes in Dark Souls 1, but are they truly? is that just because there's nowhere for them to fall? What if they fell? You know, what if there was something lower than Blighttown? I've not missed... Oh no, there's the elevator, right. I think this is the gloves. Hello. Oh no, it's the Val blood register. Okay. I love the way she just like very, very happily, excitedly like ran up to whack me there. As a 9-year-old, my mum sold the move from Glasgow to Eastbourne with the beach. So disappointed by the lack of sand. Oh, is it a pebble beach? Is it? No, the only pebble beach I've ever been on was in Kefalonia in Greece. So probably unfair to compare the two. Maybe not. Ah! Grew up near Eastbourne, can confirm the beaches are common. Is that true? Name dropping the Greek beaches. I can't remember what the beach is actually called, but it is a famous beach. There is a film called... It features in a film, I think that might be a Tom Hanks film, called like Captain Someone's Mandolin. Will you fuck off? You're only even damaging me because the camera wouldn't let me dodge out the fucking way. Never seen that. Wait, what? Captain Corelli's Top Gun, that's the one, yeah. Is it a Tom Hanks? Captain Corelli's Mandolin. It's not, it's Nicolas Cage. Christian Bale as well, apparently. Have a look at the production details of this film. Captain Someone's Mandolin. It's a good film. Good film. You've read the book. Adaptation. Oh, this is the book I'm looking at. No, I want the film. I want the film. Does it say anything about the production? Captain Corelli's Mandolin Beach. It's Myrtos Beach. Myrtos Beach. This is the beach. But there was like no one on it when we went. Yeah, it's all pebbles. But it was lovely. It was nice. There's a I think my mum filmed me while I was actually walking, because we parked our beach towels a little bit far from the sea, probably about 20 meters from the sea, and my mum filmed me trying to get in the sea, which is just like a video of me sort of painfully hopscotching my way over to the sea. And I eventually just got in by just sliding on my bum because it was too painful to walk on. You need some of them, they're sort of like plimsolls, aren't they? But for water. I've just realised that I'm fucking going the wrong way. Back off. It's a little bit down there. I can't remember what's actually down there. Yeah, mandolin's like it's like a little sort of guitar in it. Or like a lute. Captain Quick Fist gondola. Popping a lurk while I go for a shower. Anyone want anything? I would like some herbal essences, if you don't mind. Right, can everyone be nice to me? Please. Please. I don't like the way when the servants blow darts at you, you can hear them blowing. You can hear like an audible a Toblerone. Some bread for the ducks. I like that. Where's me? Oh, it'll be at the other end of the thing where... Bloody hell. What do you want? He's trying to blur dart me now. Idiot. You're shooting at a wall. Fool. So the story of this area, this is a castle that essentially had, was home to, I guess, like an aristocratic class of people who, I don't know, I think they basically became like vampires. And then essentially vampire hunters came from Yarnum, the main city of the game, to eradicate them. Oh, you bastard. And they basically just killed everyone. So it's really horrible. That's why it's full of ghosts. Tosser. God's sake. What? How did he turn around like that? I like the way that when you shoot these guys, it automatically chucks them onto the backside. That's good stuff. Need to find a... Don't like that. Need to find a lever to move the bookcases around, is what I need to do. I was never a big fan of Toblerone. They always sort of hurt my mouth a bit. You know, like the way you have to kind of... you can break them off. I think I used to bite them off. I used to bite off the individual peaks of the Toblerone. So that's probably why I didn't like Toblerones. Put me off eating them. Meant to break them off first. I know, but at the same time, this is also a problem that I have in general with chocolate. Is that whenever you break off a piece of chocolate, you get like the sort of chocolate imprinted on your thumb, don't you? Or on your hand. And sometimes it feels like a bit sticky. I don't like that. I'm not a big chocolate fan. It just doesn't get me excited, you know. Oh, there's this bit. Oh! There we go. I feel like the switch might be around here, actually. Oh. Oh, no, it's this. It's this that's here. Which is the spell I was thinking of earlier. The Executioner's Gloves. So I think that allows you to spawn in a bunch of skulls that sort of chase people around. Which is always good fun. Some of these, the ones that are screaming, are actually like carrying their own disembodied heads. Which is excessive. Excuse me. Can you guess what's going to happen here? It didn't happen. No, it did. It did. I was wrong about... Why didn't it just fly, eh? Why didn't it just fly? I feel like I only eat Toblerone when people bring it back from holiday from the duty free, like dime bars. Yes, I don't think I've ever seen anyone buy a dime bar, you know, just from like Tuck Shop. I don't even think I've ever seen a Tuck Shop sell a dime bar. But dime bars are alright, aren't they? Like, I think I remember I quite liked dime bars. And I was surprised that I liked them because I assumed that I just assumed that I wasn't going to like it. I think I probably don't want to go this way, you know. I think I want to go back and spend my blood vials. Hello. That's all great and all, folks, but I've got to go. It gets stuck in your teeth, yeah, I do remember that. Cadbury do dairy milk, which is impeccable. Oh, good stuff. I used to be very into Werther's Originals. Both the chewy and non-chewy variants. Going to home base to maybe buy a drill. Pretty exciting. That is exciting, Ian. I hope the trip is good. That you make a good purchase. They are for the 70 plus. I know, that was always the thing, wasn't it? Whenever I was eating a Werther's Original, everyone would be like, oh, you old man, you. You lost your first tooth to Werther's. To be fair, could be the same for me. Because I was into Werther's Originals when I was in sixth form. And when I was in sixth form was actually also the time I lost my first tooth. But I think it was actually more due to Skittles. Charlie, love. Yeah, Ian. We won't mind, if you don't mind. We'll forget you said that. Should be able to get through here. Yes. Now again, I've got this question in my head of, do I upgrade this weapon? I can't do it anyway. So it's fine. So this is the weapon we picked up. I've only got 2 weapons this entire game. Which is something I sort of hated about Bloodborne at first, but then I really liked it. Bloodborne, like, compared to obviously like any other game in this series, there's like barely any weapons in this game, but each weapon really feels like unique and meaningful, as opposed to just like 20 different types of longsword, you know what I mean? Where was I going? Is it unseen? Is that where I'm going? No. Oh, it is. Castle K-Nest. Lost your first tooth to a Crunchy. Don't think I've ever had one since. No, I don't really have Skittles anymore for that reason. I used to have little chocolates covered dime bits sold in bags here. Don't know if they're a thing anymore. I think I've had that. I think we get them. I think you get them on planes mostly. Like the little... Is it not just the little bags of mini dimes, or am I thinking of something else? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's only really the format I've ever had dime chocolate in. Alright. We're gonna go try who I think is one of the hardest bosses in the game. But also a really good boss. It's really hard. Because he's protecting my dear weapon. But I can probably switch over to using... Can I not? No, I don't have enough blood tinge for Evelyn yet. So I do need to start leveling up blood tinge soon. A warm blood gemstone. Lovely. Lovely. Very comforting. Anything down there? I think this guy might have a bloodstone chunk on him. Please, will that fella please stop? There we go. There we go. Lovely. Yeah, see, now I can upgrade my weapon. But I don't know if I want to save the materials for when I get Chicago, which I want to use more than this. Chicago is basically a samurai sword that scales with your blood tinge stat. And you can drain your own health to make it more powerful, but it's very fun to use. I'll leave you folks alone because I just don't want to. I don't want to get into it right now, you know. God, this is gonna go terribly. Can already tell. Lovely. That's what we're talking about, the big milk chocolate bars that have dime. Yeah. I'll have to have a look. I'll have to have a look into the dime expanded universe. Right, here we go. I'm nervous. I have Toffee in the UK. I'm not sure if I'm... Or Toffee. I think so. Yeah, I think we do. It sounds familiar, but I can't picture what it looks like. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, it rings a bell. I've definitely heard the name before. At the minute, I'm just trying to figure out how his attacks all work. I do so little damage to him. Goodness me. I don't think this is gonna work. Because as soon as he does his phase 2 where he starts using his sword loads, it becomes very difficult. Oh! Nice. Oh. I don't really know what's happening. I know that he's oh, is his sword on the floor there? This happens when he puts his sword down on the floor, but I thought I can't see his sword. So I don't really know what to do about this. I don't agree that that hit me. Maybe that one did though. I'll give you that. Can't do anything with those swords flying about everywhere. They've only just stopped. I think this is doable. I don't have enough blood vials is the issue. But this... The issue is this bit, like... So you gotta smash this thing, and that stops the sword spawning. Bloody hell. Where's he gone? Where'd he get over there? He's doing it again. Oh. What? No. Ah, no, I'm out of bullets! Ah! Do you know what the absolute worst part of Bloodborne is? Your first thought when you see something like that is, right, it's fine, you got really close. You got really close. Next time you'll do so much better. Why? Let's just get straight back in. Let's try again. Let's have another go at it. And you know, we'll beat it this time. This time we'll win, you know? We'll really, you know, we'll give it to him. We'll stick it to him. And then you see that. I can't go back and fight him again. I can't go back and have another go at it. Because I've not got enough blood vials or bullets. So I have to go and farm now. And now I'm sad. Now I'm filled with sadness. Just defeated. That is the worst part about losing to a boss. It's like... I wish I could lose to a boss and be like... So close, but I'll get him next time. But yeah, the only thing that goes through my head at that point is just... I've got to go get more blood vials now. Which is a sad thing. And then you have to wait for a few minutes of loading because the game doesn't really load very quickly. That was the lad in there from earlier. He's sadly turned into a werewolf. Yeah. And I'm just sort of wasting more and more bullets fighting some of these. He dropped shining coins. Why did he drop shining coins? Why did he drop shining coins?
This town's finished.
It's finished. All I can think right now is I just want to go back and fight Ligarius again. And I just can't. I just can't. It's like you have to pay. You have to pay to fight each boss. You get one go and then the rest of them you have to pay. It's like a shitey microtransaction app. Please attack one after the other, not at the same time. Come here. Thank you. I'm disagreeing with everything that's happening right now. There we go. Oh, I'm so sad. Forgot there was a dog here. There we go. Oh, hello. But I mean, if nothing else, at least we beat Rom, you know. So I got to where I wanted to this stream. We're quite far into the game now, which is good progress for 2 streams. Or, well, no, it was 3 streams, wasn't it? But I only played like an hour of it on the first stream, so I don't know if that counts. Unfortunately, I relied very heavily on Quicksilver bullets the first time fighting Martyr Ligarius. But now I've got like 6. Shining coins. Why did he drop shining coins? I think I'm going to leave it here. I don't think I'm going to be able to build up the blood vials back just yet. Without just repeatedly grinding this bit. Which is a shame. As we came very close. Because not only is it blood vials, but like I say, it's the bullets as well. Yeah. Sad. A sad state of affairs, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll get him next time. We'll come back and we'll fight him again. I'm probably gonna I'll probably end the stream around there. So I'll send you all off to hang out with the lovely Virtual Bread, who is playing the best Star Wars game ever made, Jedi Outcast. That raid has started, yeah, super. So yeah, go say hello to Virtual Bread, send him my regards, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And thank you very much for joining me. And have a lovely Saturday and weekend. I will catch you all probably at some point in the week. I might be back. I've got quite a busy week ahead. So I'll try and fit it in one evening. I think I'm working from home for most of the week, so that should make it easier. Anyway, I'll send you off. Have a lovely time. Goodbye. Thank you for being here. Farewell,